Good morning from Universal Studios.
Today, we bring you the clash between Super Nintendo World and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. To crown the winner, we will evaluate the following 5 criteria: theming, rides, food, interactive elements, and merch. Who do you think will come out victorious?
We're obviously here at the first ride, which is Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This is the main ride here at Super Nintendo World. The queue is absolutely adorable. There's so many Easter eggs. My favorite is a Piggy Peach picture over there on Bowser's throne. And the obsession of Peach is pretty fascinating. And then, of course, that is the ride in there in paper shape. Well, the queue is moving fairly quickly since we had early access this morning. This ride also has a single rider, but right now I think we're okay. We don't really need that. So this is like your typical pre-show area, but I don't think they're showing the pre-show right now. So we're just gonna be walking on through. Always love the costuming. All the accessories and the helmets are just super cute. Okay, and this is the room where you get your visor. I think you can pretty much grab it from both sides. So yeah, we're moving along pretty well here. Finished Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. There's another experience, which we're going to call it a ride. So we're going to give the ride score after we ride that one. Now we are at the one and only merch store that is inside Super Nintendo World. So yeah, so this is the 1-Up Factory. This is the exit queue merch store for Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Ooh, you can get your Universal Cup here. I think on the Bowser's Challenge, you're going to have at least 100 points if you want to get this sticker. But I guess you can buy the trophy if you really wanted it. Okay. Last time they had some headbands, but it looks like that is no longer the case. Ooh, those are kind of cute. Okay, let's see what else is new here. Yeah, this is also where you can get the power-up bands. Looks like this time the merch is rather limited. Yeah. Okay, you have your Goomba hat, which is always kind of cute. Last time I think they had a Toad's hat. So okay, the merch is a little limited. Okay. Kind of wrap up the merch. Like I said, there's really only one merch shop here within Super Nintendo World. Obviously, you can get merch outside. There's a snack stand that's outside of Super Nintendo World, and there's also merch as well. But as far as one that's in here, and especially today, the merch is pretty limited. The last couple times I've been here, there was definitely more stuff. So given the fact that it's limited and you only have one merch shop within the land, I'm going to give it 2 Yoshis out of 5. Technically, you do have a little power band kiosk, but I'm not going to count that one. So don't come for me. Mario's over there, and Luigi. Let's go meet Mario and Luigi.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Luigi. Hi, Mario. So in Super Nintendo World, one of the really cool things is they have these little interactive mini games. This one, I think it's the Goomba crank, but in order to get the key, you're gonna have to have a power-up band, which looks something like this. You can either get it from the power-up factory, or you can actually get it in the kiosk that's over there, which I'll show you in a little bit. This one, I think it's the easiest in my opinion. All you have to do is just crank the wheel so the Goomba falls down. And there's, I believe, 4 different mini key challenges around this land, which will ultimately lead you to the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown, which again, I'm counting it as a ride here, so we're gonna factor that into our rating in a little bit. For the Goomba crank, one of the tips that the team member just told me is that once the Goomba falls down, keep cranking the wheel, because if you hear the coin ding, that means you're getting extra coins. So don't stop after the Goomba falls down, just keep cranking until you hear the cha-ching, 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 and you're gonna get extra coins for that. But getting ready to meet Peach. Characters here are absolutely amazing. I mean, Disney, they're coming for you. These have fully articulated eyes. They can talk as well. Peach, you're beautiful! Oh my goodness, you're my favorite. Can we take a picture? Oh yes, that is your band.
You look spectacular.
Thank you. There's Peach. This is the one I was talking about. You can get your power band by the Piranha plant sleeper game. Yeah, like we mentioned in the previous video, early access, you're here right on the dot. They actually let us in a little bit earlier, before even 7 o'clock. I think we got in around 6:50. Everybody just booked it over to Mario Kart Bros. Challenge. The land right now is still fairly empty. We've got about another 20 minutes until park opening. You're gonna have to factor in another $25 to $30 depending on the day. Today is a weekend, so it is a little bit more expensive, so I spent about $30 for my early access. If you're here for just the one day and you really want to get all the stuff in, this might be worth it for you, especially since you're going to be able to be almost guaranteed a spot at Toadstool Cafe. That thing fills up really quickly, so the way to scan in is via the QR code, and the earlier you can get access to it, I guess the better. I just finished my Goomba Crazy Crank. You need 3 keys in order to get in and play the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown, so we're gonna try to do that. As far as the ride goes, I'll give you my take and my rating after we finish up Bowser's Jr. Shadow Showdown. As far as theming goes, that's actually one of the criteria that I'm rating as well. The theming is just amazing. It's fantastic. I mean, it's literally a Mario game. And they call it Super Nintendo World, but it's mostly really Mario focused. So hopefully eventually, we'll be able to add a couple more the other prominent Super Nintendo characters. Maybe, we'll see. The colors are so vibrant. It's kinetic energy everywhere. You have little characters on the roof, bouncing around. Everywhere you look, it's just literally a sensory overload, but in the best way possible. They really visualize the game into this world. So I'm gonna give the theming, especially with the characters and how just well articulated they are, their facial structures, and they even talk to you like we just saw with Peach. Theming is definitely top notch. I'm gonna give it 5 Yoshis out of 5. Park just officially opened, so all your day guests have started to come in. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge this morning was essentially a walk-on like I showed you, but now I think we're at least like a 90-minute wait, and nope, we're up to 150-minute wait now. So there you have it. Toadstool Cafe is already completely sold out for the day, which is insane. In terms of food, while we're talking about Toadstool Cafe, that is the main restaurant here in the land, but they have this little snack and beverage stand right here. But these are the only 2 options that you have. So again, fairly limited, but we'll talk about the foods a little bit after we've had our breakfast in a restaurant, so I can give you a more comprehensive idea. But again, food is pretty limited. You'd have to sort of leave the land in order to grab food and snacks. This is another one of those key challenges. It is the Piranha plant nap mishap. This one is, I think it's easier to do if you have a group of people. This one, what you need to do is basically silence the alarm clocks. The more people you have, probably the higher the difficulty levels. Surprisingly cardiovascularly challenging, because you're literally running around tapping the little clock to make it go from red to white so that it doesn't wake up the Piranha plant. And let me just kind of walk you around and show you the other key challenges as well. So we just saw the Goomba Crazy Crank, and then there's a couple other ones that are over here. And there it is. It's chomping and stomping. I wonder if they're able to silence it, maybe. If it goes to sleep, they win the key challenge. This one's a little bit challenging because you're gonna have to time it so that the little, the little mushroom goes up. And once it does, that's when you know you've won. This is the POW block. This one is also kind of challenging as well. So we'll show you kind of what this one is about. And the other cool thing is even the little the caution sign is in the shape of a banana peel. That's really kind of cool. And here is where you can find Bowser. I just attempted the Thwomp panel panic by myself. I actually did it, not too bad. If you're a party of one, sometimes you can ask the other guests to see if you can join their group. It can be more fun when there's more people, but then it's also a bit of a challenge if you're just doing it by yourself. So I'm in Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown. I've collected 3 keys, so now I'm granted access to this sort of ride/experience. So once it's done, we can give the rides, I'll call this a ride, a score, and let you know what I think. If you have a power-up band, if you're in the Shadow Showdown, make sure you touch this one. Let's talk about the rides real quick here. So here in Super Nintendo World, your main ride is Mario Kart's Bowser Challenge. Super awesome ride. It's probably one of the best new rides of all the lands. Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios combined. I think it's amazing. That one you get it's kind of like practical sets as well as combined with AR. There's a really high replayability as well. I mean, you can always perfect your score, getting better and better. Turning the car also generates points, as well as making sure that you're targeting the right enemy, not hitting your own friends. It's truly like you're immersed into your own very own personal Mario Kart game. So, and then the kart itself is kind of neat too. The ride vehicle looks like a Mario Kart from the game. So that one is absolutely amazing. So the other ride / I want to call it experience is the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown. That one, I mean, it's cute. It's pretty. It's fun. At the end, you get to jump and do the whole, jump on the flagpole scene and replicate that from the Mario game, which is pretty neat too. For that one, you obviously have to collect 3 keys via the mini key challenges, and that one, you don't have to do them individually. You can, if there's one that doesn't have a long line, or that one is not super difficult, you can continue. You can just repeat that to get keys in order to gain access to the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown. I think it's cute, but it's not necessarily a ride. So overall, in terms of rides in Super Nintendo World, controversial opinion, I'm actually going to give it a 4 Yoshis out of 5, simply because Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown isn't necessarily it's not really a ride, but then Mario Kart Bowser Challenge is so good, so that's where you're getting most of your points. So hopefully that helps, and my Toadstool Cafe reservation it's at 10 o'clock. We can talk about the food in a little bit. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, and we are now standing in line. I will take this opportunity to kind of talk about all the interactive elements really quickly. There are 4 different mini key challenges around Super Nintendo World. There's the Goomba Crazy Crank, which I think this morning that I did, and then also did the Thwomp Panel Panic. That one I did it by myself. For that one, you have to touch the touch screen to make the wall, this whole wall one color. So I had to do that all by myself. So I'm pretty proud that I did that. And then there is also the Piranha map mishap. That one, again, like multiple people, probably is easier just because you're running around literally tapping the alarm clocks to silence them in order to not wake up the Piranha Plant or keep it asleep. And then the very last one is the Koopa Power Punch. That one more of a single person game. Again, pretty challenging. So with the interactive elements around this area, I think it's a lot of fun. They're definitely entertaining, and there is, a little bit of a repeatability just because a team member told me that more times that you play it, the higher the difficulty level is. So there you have it. With those ones, you have to purchase a power-up band, so that is one limiting factor. So if you're not planning on purchasing one of these, you're not going to be able to play it because your key's not going to be able to register. So as far as interactive elements go, I'm going to give it 4 Yoshis out of 5. Simply because you have to, I'm taking one Yoshi away just because you have to have the power-up band in order to even play them. But they're kind of fun. Lines tend to be pretty long too, so it's kind of like plan your day accordingly. Well, that took a while for me to actually sit down. My reservation's at 10, and it's not until 45 minutes later that I actually sat down and made my order. So today we're trying something a little bit new. So this is the Superstar Lemon Squash. So I don't know, there's kind of like a bubble tea type of thing. There's got jello and stuff, jelly inside. So I'm gonna give this a shot. It's like a lemon soda with a little bit of like jelly inside. Super cute. It comes with the little like chef Toadstool cup. It's got bubbles inside. It's pretty refreshing. It's pretty hot outside, so. And as far as food goes, menu choices for Toadstool Cafe it's fairly limited, but the food is just super cute. We've tried a couple of different things on the menu already. We've tried all the desserts in our previous trips here to Super Nintendo World. We've tried in another video, which I'll link in the description down below. I, by myself, single-handedly had the 1 pound ball, the Fireball Bowser's Challenge. It was a lot of food. And I've also tried the mushroom soup that comes in little mushroom cups, as well as their salad. So it's not even 11 o'clock yet, but we've done quite a bit this morning. We knocked out Mario Kart out of the way first thing in the morning. We did some of the mini key challenges, and now met Princess Peach, we met Mario and Luigi. So really the next thing is seeing if we can meet Toad. Supposedly Toad comes out around between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. Now this is super cute. I want to kind of show you a cute little detail. So the little jellies, I don't know if you can see it, but they're star-shaped. Oop, I think we're getting attacked by Bowser. But yeah, they're the little bobas. We got green bobas and red bobas and a little star-shaped jelly. Mario burger this game, so oh my goodness. Actually, even comes with a little Mario hat. He's got his mustache. Sprinkle fries. Very good. Probably going to be taking this home. Mario BLT here. All right, we're going to try to see if we can take this in one bite. Probably not going to happen. The beef patty is actually pretty well cooked, but the bacon is slightly overcooked in my opinion. Pretty good, pretty decent burger. The buns are nicely warmed. It's pretty good. The fries are pretty good too. As I'm sitting here, I'm actually changing my score for the interactive elements. I think I was giving it 4 Yoshis out of 5, but I think I'm gonna switch it up to 5. The reason for that is the inclusion of the app. The fact that they had to create a separate app that can track your stickers, your coins, and your key challenges, I think that's pretty cool. So A for effort, we're switching it back up. We're just about finished up with lunch. I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk about the food here in Super Nintendo World really quickly. Obviously, we're sitting here at Toadstool Cafe. This is the one and only restaurant here in the land. Honestly, we've been here multiple times and tried multiple items, and we've never really encountered one that we really disliked before, to be honest with you. The one item that jumped out is probably the Princess Peach cupcake, which is a little bit on the sweet and pink side. But if you're into sweet and pink, you do you. And honestly, the theming here is just so fantastic. It really is immersive, and you feel like you are part of the Mushroom Kingdom in their cafeteria. You have the side of facing the cafeteria where the chefs are busy making lunch and making food. And then on the other side, totally different scene where you look out into the town. So yeah, I mean, everything is so well thought out, and even the chairs and the tables, everything is just so, well themed, brightly lit. And then every once in a while, depending on what is happening within the restaurant, if you're under attack by Bowser, the lightings will change, the sceneries will change. So it is just, very well thought out. One thing I do want to note is that this is sort of you have to join up the virtual wait list. That one, you have to scan a QR code, so it's not something that you can just make reservations ahead of time. And there were guests this morning that didn't make a reservation that were turned away because they didn't have one. So that's something to keep in mind. Can get pretty competitive as far as getting a spot in here, but I think they do actually release reservation spots throughout the day. So if you don't get it first thing in the morning, just keep trying. Hopefully you can get in later in the day. Keep in mind it does take a little while to get situated, getting your food. As far as the other food options go, other than that snack stand that's outside that sells bottled water and some snacks, there aren't too many choices here in this particular land. So to be fair, as far as sort of like the scoring of the food category goes, I would probably give it 3 Yoshis out of 5, just simply because the Toadstool Cafe is just so well themed and the food is pretty good. So, but then the lack of choices and the fact that you have to join a virtual walk-up list, as well as the fact that it takes a long time sometimes to get your food. And today it took a good, hour. So we will continue our day here in Universal Studios Hollywood and see what the afternoon brings. All right, we're finally here to meet Toad. Can't wait. This is going to be fantastic.
2,000 years later.
Wow, I spent from 6:50 a.m. until 3-something this afternoon, all in Super Nintendo World. I mean, it was a long day in Super Nintendo World. Lots of fun, lots of waiting around, but I think I got everything that I wanted. But the day is still young, we're not quite done. We have got Harry Potter World to check out, so that's where we're gonna go next. Well, after a huge chunk of the day spent at Super Nintendo World, we are finally at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. As compared to Super Nintendo World down in the lower lot, this is actually quite a bit less crowded. I think the folks are still down there doing their thing with Super Mario. So yeah, this is obviously fashioned after Hogsmeade, and we have sort of a mock Hogwarts Express over here in Universal Studios Hollywood. But of course, as we know, in the park in Orlando, there is an actual ride that is the Hogwarts Express, but you would need to have the 2-park hopper in order to go between the 2 parks. In any case, this is sort of like half of the park. Here you only have the 3 broomsticks, and then there is Hogshead, which is also the bar here as well. So yeah, and then of course the one of the most famous castles of all of Magic Land is, of course, Hogwarts, which is coming up over here. I mean, what can I say? Just with Super Nintendo World, the theming is absolutely spot on. I mean, look at this castle. Isn't she absolutely gorgeous? Of course, they use something called forced perspective to make it look way more grand and tall than it really is. But I think they did a really good job imagining or reimagining the castle. And over here, they have a little stage. This is where sometimes you can see the performances of the wizards and witches from, I don't know, the European, don't come for me. Floor is part of that group. And then over here, they have another ride. This is the same. It's the Fight of the Hippogriff. Some same ride as the one in Universal Orlando. So yeah, let's walk around here real quick. As far as theming goes, absolutely just impeccable. I mean, I would give it absolutely 5 sorting hats out of 5. Let's check out the Hogshead and see what they have to offer. Surprising to no one, we got a Hogshead at the Hogshead. This is perfect for a really, really hot Southern California lake today. We just missed the dancing witches from the west, whomever they're called. And then now we have the other group of wizards. Yeah, wow. I gotta brush up on my Harry Potter knowledge because it's showing its lack thereof at this point. Yeah, so this is the same as the one in Orlando. It's got the, I call it the Pukey-Go-Lucky Harry Potter ride. It's a very, very Harry Potter ride. Yeah, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's a fun one if you're a Harry Potter fan. All right, so similarly to Orlando, you have to, if you have a bag, you have to put it in a locker, but this one, you don't have to go all the way around. It's actually in the castle. Imagine that. Okay, yeah, so we'll check this out. This is I guess this is like the main ride. I would say the Hippogriff one is probably the secondary in this land. So yeah, let us put our stuff in the locker and check out this ride. So it's interesting because the way this one works is a little bit different from the one in Orlando. The one in Orlando, you would need to either scan your annual pass, your ticket, or they give you like a locker card. But this one, I think you just scan your fingers, so it's a little bit more convenient. Similarly to the Mario Kart, this one actually also has a really amazing queue. As you can tell, we're here in Hogwarts Castle. So, I mean, the ride is just not a ride without that pre-queue. So, yeah, look at all the headmasters from years past. And here we go.
Headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Now, as you probably know, this is one of the
Anyway, we thought you might rather watch a game of Quidditch than listen to Ben's, but we'll have to sneak you out of the class and down to the bench. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, this one, if you're prone to motion sickness, probably want to avoid this one, or eat a banana before it, as I've been told. Yeah, so again, similarly, the queue is awesome. You get to walk around the castle, which is always pretty neat. There's just a lot of Easter eggs that you can pick out in the castle itself. Yeah, so if you're a Harry Potter fan, pay attention, and then I will let you know how this ride is.
But smoking, drinking, eating, wild and fun. I'll carry you off. Now, thank you for this one. I saved you yesterday.
So this is the exit shop to the most Harry Potter ride in the world. Can't quite remember the name of it, but we will figure that out. Let's see what's new over here. Might look like that. He's a fellow Hufflepuff. Well, because there's a diagonally here in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood, the dark art stuff is also making an appearance over here at the exit shop as well. Okay, seems pretty. And here we are riding the second ride in Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the ride of Hippogriff. So, like I mentioned, this one's the only one that you can see the animatronic of the Hippogriff, so it's kind of neat, so we'll take you up.
Bow your heads. Well done. Go on, man. Look, Mario.
Talk about the rides in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So you have seen Harry Potter, the very, very merry Harry Potter ride, and then the ride of Hippogriff. Neither one, I mean, the Harry Potter ride is fine, but if you're prone to motion sickness, that one can really, really throw you out of balance. And then the queue. I think the queue, in my opinion, is better than the ride itself. I don't know. You know, you get to see your familiar characters from your beloved Harry Potter movies. You get to walk through the castle and see a lot of the artifacts and things that they mentioned throughout the book. So that was really neat. I always enjoy a nice little castle tour. And in fact, you know, you don't need to ride the ride in order to see what's inside the castle. You can always just tell the team member, hey, I'm just here to take a castle tour. And sometimes they even offer an official castle tour if you can find some students / team members that are available. So that's one thing that you can keep in mind. So yeah, you know, the queue is good, but the ride, it has its moments, but again, the story doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense, and the motion sickness aspect of it really can throw some people, literally and figuratively speaking. That brings me to the flight of the Hippogriff. You get to see a full-sized Hippogriff animatronic. That is the only place you can see it, unless they bring it to, I think, in Osaka, in Universal Studios Japan. They are bringing some of the magical creatures to the land itself, much like, you know, with Disney World and whatnot. But here at Universal Studios Orlando and Hollywood, we haven't had those yet. You know, fingers crossed, maybe eventually they'll bring them back. But that is the only place you can catch the life-size animatronic of the Hippogriff, which is kind of cute. You know, it bows its head as you are riding up the hill. But the ride is so short. I mean, it's I don't know. It's like less than 30. I don't know. It felt really short to me. And oftentimes the line can be quite long. Today was 45 minutes. So to wait 45 minutes for that ride, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily worth it. So you know, all things considered, I think I'm gonna give the rides here, and both of them are rides. Unlike Super Nintendo World, where one is more like, you know, like an experience or like a super key challenge, but this one, I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it 2 sorting hats out of 5 here in Harry Potter World. We've done the rides, we've done a little bit of the food, but I think let's check out some of the merch. I mean, we've already seen Filch's Emporium, which is the exit shop after the after the Harry Potter ride. There's so many shops in Hogsmeade, actually. So let's go check that out real quick and show you what they entail. Oh, so this one is the Weiss Acres Wizarding Equipment. Let's see what's inside. On this side, we've got some wands. Merch shops already as we're walking out of Hogsmeade. Oh, this is what the back looks like. Okay, excellent. All right, so we're gonna head back out into Hogsmeade. Ollivanders. That must be the back of Ollivanders. Yes, Ollivanders is kind of like a little show / experience, so you can, right now it's got about a 20-minute wait, so I guess that is, I don't know. To be fair, if I counted the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown, I probably should have counted the wand experience. But here we have the Owl Post. And connected to the Owl Post, we have another shop. And then, this is more the Quidditch store. These are kind of cute, yeah. Look, wow. Yeah, I do possess that lovely Slytherin sweater. And yet, connected to it, we have another one.
Come here.
Ooh. Of course, we have Hermione's dress, the Yule Ball dress, and that's probably John Cho's. I don't know. I could be wrong, but. And of course, we got the Loungefly backpacks. Yeah, these are pretty cute. These are definitely pretty cute. Already way more than what they have in Super Nintendo World, and this is not counting all of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter merch throughout the Universal Studios Hollywood. So yeah, here and there you have it. Okay, well, in terms of merch, I mean, I lied. There's a couple more things. Here we go. Yeah, how could I forget? We have Honeydukes. And let's check out Honeydukes real quick. Yep. We got the obligatory chocolate frog. And we have the every flavor Jolly Beans, of course. That's always a crowd pleaser. And we got all sorts of assortments of sweets and chocolates and fun things. Do you want to be in a sugar coma? This is definitely a store for you. So many pink and fuzzy things that have just absolutely exploded. Kind of cute though. Yeah. All right, yeah, and you can even get your very own chocolate frog shaped purse clutch. Very cute. The Hogshead Station has its own little merch shop. Waiting time. They have a ton of varieties and lots of shops and so on and so forth. I'm gonna give it a 4 sorting hats out of 5. It's simply because, there's just I just haven't seen too many new things. I mean, it's good. It's your classic Harry Potter stuff, but the series is got some age to it. So no matter what you do, it's always a spin on something that has been around for a while. It's kind of where I draw the line. Leave it in the comments below if you disagree. You probably do, but all right. So we've done the theming, we've done the merch, we've done the rides, and so what are left are the food, which I think we're gonna check that out in a little bit too. We did a little bit at the Hogshead, but let's talk about the interactive elements real quick. I think we're gonna start with Honeydukes. Let's check out this one spot. Here we have Revelio. See another one that is this is the Incendio. So if done correctly, I think it should light up. There it is. Yes, we have another one, which is the Herbivicus, which is right here, outside of Dogweed and Deathcap. I think you get twofer here. This is the Locomotor Place and Arresto Momentum. So you either get them spinning or you stop them from. It's the Finite Incantatum. This is right outside of the Screven Shaft's shop. Outside of the Wisecracks Wizarding equipment, we have Alohomora. Galadrag's wizard wear. Here you have the Descendio and Ascendio. This one is the Locomotor music box, and I think the young gentleman over there just performed it. Looks like it just made the little castle spin. And then just by this back alley, you have one other one, which is Silencio, not Silencio Bruno, but Silencio Pot. So if you perform this magic correctly, it should silence the pot. This must be Hermione's favorite charm, Wingardium Leviosa. Okay, so this is the Dominic Maestros. This one we have Aventus, which I'm pretty sure has something to do with wind. And yeah, and this young gentleman just made the sheet music fly, so that's it. Alohomora, which should open the wooden door. There we go, it's knocking. All right, so that is it, I think. That was a lot. So back in the shades, let's talk about the interactive elements. There are 12 different places where you can use your interactive magic wand. Similarly to the Super Nintendo world, where if you don't have the interactive wand, you're not going to be able to engage with those magic spots. So that is something to keep in mind. So if you want to do the magic, you're going to have to make a purchase. Sorry, you can't get away with it. What do I think about the interactive elements? They're fun. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. They're nicely designed. And sometimes when the things happen and you wouldn't expect, it's very delightful. In terms of the replayability, I go back. It's always good to go back and practice. Practice makes progress, right? Anyway, so that's what I think. I don't know if you agree, so let us know in the comments below. So I think food is left. And we're at the three broomsticks. What I really love about the three broomsticks is the plastic food for some reason. Always love that. Okay, these ones look empty. What's up? They changing up the menu a little bit? Ah, yeah, someone's eating the sticky toffee pudding. That looks really fantastic. But when you're in the Harry Potter world, I think you're gonna have to go with the fish and chips. Finally got our food. Yeah, like I said, they have an assortment of just chicken and ribs, and obviously they have fish and chips, so we're going to give it a roll. This will be our last stop on our food journey today. They used to have, I don't know, maybe it's not here, maybe it's in Orlando, but there's no vinegar on the tables anymore, so I grabbed some Don't Hate Me mustard to put over my fish here. Okay. I guess that is my choice of condiment today. They do give you a little tub of tartar sauce. And also need some lemon. All right, we're gonna eat like civilized people and use utensils. Yeah, this is a nice little quick service restaurant, nothing too formal. They take an annual pass discount. So yeah. Again, the three broomsticks is always nicely themed, as all the other shops and restaurants are here. Not really, this is the only one, but we were just on the other side for the Hogshead, but they're pretty much attached. A lot of people will eat over there, grab a beer or something. Okay, let's dig into the fish. Looks perfectly battered and fried and quite crispy on the outside. That's actually quite good. A lot of people say that the Rose and Crown or the little fish and chip shop, Yorkshire chip something in Epcot has the best fish and chips. I actually think Wizarding World of Harry Potter has even better fish and chips. Let us know in the comments below what you think. And of course, these chips are like more like steak fries. Oh, pretty good. I mean, the fish is pretty flaky, easily falls apart. So yeah, nicely cooked. Let's talk about the food here in Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I think I'm going to actually give it I'll give it a 4 sorting hats out of 5. Lots of snack shops around outside. You can get butterbeer, beer, water. The main restaurant, which is the three Broomsticks, which is where we are right now. They have fish and chips, chicken, vegetables. They have a platter that you can share for $70 for, amongst 4 adults. I've looked around, some people have it. It's a pretty good size. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and when you have picky eaters, it's going to be pretty easy to please. Yeah, so that is sort of like my take on the food choices as well as varieties, and quality is pretty good. Let us know if you agree with that assessment. One thing that's really that I haven't mentioned before, and ironically we're talking about it in a restaurant, is the restrooms of both lands, both in Super Nintendo World and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, specifically I think the ladies' room, are very well themed. I think I already gave a full score for both lands, but I think it just adds to it. Obviously, we're not going to be filming in the bathroom. The little detergent faucet in the Super Nintendo World one, those little squid eyes, that really just adds to kind of the theme to it. Of course, it's very aquatic and soothing music. And I'm sure if you're an avid Super Mario fan, you'd be able to name the soundtrack in the restroom, the ladies' room. In the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, especially in the ladies' room, you can hear the moaning Myrtle as she kind of like haunts the bathroom, and the bathroom is themed very much to like a high school bathroom. I think we're just ready to wrap it up, and just to give you a quick little recap. For Super Nintendo World, for theming, we had 5 Yoshis out of 5, perfect score. For rides, we had 4 Yoshis out of 5. Food, I think we had 3 Yoshis out of 5. The interactive elements, we had 5 Yoshis out of 5. And then merch, unfortunately, that one is pretty lacking in my opinion in Super Nintendo World. So we had 2 Yoshis out of 5. So that tallies up to 19 Yoshis overall for Super Nintendo World. For the Wizarding World of Harry Potter theming, we gave it 5 sorting hats out of 5. For rides, we gave it 2 sorting hats out of 5. Food, we gave it 4 sorting hats out of 5. Interactive elements, we gave it 4 sorting hats out of 5. And similarly with merch, we also gave it 4 sorting hats out of 5. I believe that actually also tallied up to 19. So for today, based on at least my own experience, they tied, which I think shouldn't be very surprising, just because they're both lands are very well thought out. Each one has its own specialty and uniqueness. And I think if you're a fan of either or both, I don't think you would be disappointed. So I truly hope that you enjoyed my very long day today here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Hopefully this provided you with some helpful information about the lands, and we talked about some of the places where you can find the interactive elements in each one, and sort of my take on the rides and several other things. So if you like this content, please make sure that you give us a like, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. We have content dropping pretty much every week. So, and yeah, we would really like it if you could subscribe to our channel. That would really, really help our growing community. So with that said, thank you so much for watching and for following along today. We will see you soon.